Hi, my name is Beth Burgess from Sort My Life Solutions, or Smiles. And tonight we're going to talk about quite a big topic, and that's something that I get asked about a lot, and it's forgiveness. Now, a lot of people say to me that they struggle with either forgiving other people in their lives or forgiving themselves, maybe for things they've done in the past or for how they've been. And the way I look at it, the first starting point with it, and I know people struggle with it, is to realise that you have a choice in life. You have a choice on whether you remain stuck where you are or whether you move on with things. And forgiveness is always the first step to moving on. So it comes down to the choice, first of all, whether you're willing to forgive people or not. The thing is, if you don't forgive people, then you're always going to remain stuck, and you're going to let people punish you over and over again for whatever it is they did or however they were. So really, it's just you that suffers if you don't forgive people. So that's the first thing to do. The second thing, and this is something I did for myself because I had issues with this too, is that I realised that actually the things that people do, they don't necessarily mean to do. And I know a lot of people find that difficult to believe, particularly if really horrendous things have happened. But the thing is, everyone in life is just trying to make their way in the world. No one is born with a manual. No one is told how to be a good parent, a good sister, a good brother, a good friend. They just sort of, try their best. And sometimes, they screw up. We've all done it. I've done it. We do things that, are unwise. And that's, it hurts other people. But I like to look at other people from sort of, an empathetic perspective. And I look at them and I think, you know what? It doesn't really matter that that person screwed up. They didn't set out to be malicious. And I know, again, people find that difficult to believe sometimes. They think, well, really, because it was pretty awful what they did. And I get that. But, again, if you think along those lines, you're just keeping stuck. So you can either, I find it really helps because it sort of boosts you into sort of moving on if you can look at people with empathy. And if you can't, then you just need to make that decision anyway, whether you're going to let it hold you back or let it sort of ruin your life. Or again, if you want to move on. My second tip is there's something which I like to teach people called radical acceptance. And it's a Buddhist thing. I'm not religious, I'm not spiritual, I'm not anything really, but it's a great sort of tool. And that is to recognise that things that you can't change, you just have to accept. And it's kind of that whole letting go of it and just going, you know what, there is nothing I can do about what has gone before. There's nothing. I can't. If I stew on it, it's going to make me feel worse. If I start worrying about it, there's nothing I can do to change it anyway, so again it's going to make me feel worse. So really all I can do is just accept it as it is. Just accept it as a fact, it's just happened, and, go from there. Where do we go from there? What are the steps forward, rather than looking back all the time? So that's another good tip. Now the one which I struggle with personally myself, and have now overcome, was forgiving myself. God, it doesn't matter how many people, obviously my past's particularly checkered, being an addict, and it didn't matter to me sometimes, like, how much other people forgave me. I had my parents forgive me for all the stuff I'd done, I had my friends forgive me, my family, and yet I was still beating myself up, like, massively about everything that had happened in my life and the role that I'd played. And again, it comes down to, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Because if you really have done some terrible things, or just some not so nice things that you'd rather you hadn't. Now you can either choose, again, to just stay where you are, focus on your energy on that, and just worry about it, or curse yourself or whatever, or you can start making it up. The way that I see it, the only way that I can atone for anything I might have done is to do much better things in the future. And that starts with the present, and going, you know what, I accept, again using radical acceptance, I accept what has happened, what I've done, and I choose to just do better in the future. And I live my life by this principle. I just do the next right thing all the time. Everything that I do, I just go, you know what, just forget all about the past. That's nothing that we can change. Just go from this moment and just do the next right thing. Live with integrity every single day from now on. And that's all you can do. It's like drawing that line in the sand. And if you want to do special things to make it up to certain people, you can do. That's great. But rather than grand gestures, the main thing is actually just to live your life from now on in a great way. And doing that, you can forgive yourself too. Because there'll be nothing more for you to, for you to hold on to, because the rest of your life will be all about, being a good person and doing the right thing. So I've found that a really powerful strategy in my life. It might take your head a little bit of time to get around it, but once you do, I guarantee you'll never look back, because what's the point looking back anyway? You can't change all that stuff. Anyway, I hope that's helped you somewhat. I'll drop my I'll drop my website at the bottom of the video. If you have any questions, go to my website. There's loads more stuff on there, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.